Okay, this is Baruch here at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel. It's saying this year from beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. We're on number Kuf in the TIV HARASHASH, and we're learning the Seder of the Bracha, the Matbeh of a Bracha. In particular, we're learning about the Havlah of the Revuah of Ekya. And I realize that very few people really know what the Havlah of the Ruach, the Revuah of Ekya is, all of those words. But we're going this direction, and we're going to keep going into deeper inner space and try to figure out what's playing here. So let's look at number Kuf. I don't think I really like the way this is lined up. Let me go over here. See if we get lined up better here. So number Kuf said like this, L'havliya b'vav dema. This is what we're going to. We want to take the revuah of Ekya, and he's going to show it to us in the explanation. He says, so the Havliya b'vav de ma, to split into the vav. He says, ma is yud vav dalet, k aleph vav, and in the middle of that vav, you start with vav, and you're going to stick in this revuah. So he said, b'vav de ma, on the right side, the hachan, which we learned previously, is the chesed of chagat, the partzufi nai v'chagat, the two lower partzufim. The achrayim, the zun, which is the right side of the back side of zun. So it's going from the back side of ima into the back side of zun. He's the yakavin, and so he writes, the Tiv writes, so the yakavin lahavlil b'milu vav ala vav the chavaya the ma. So you're going to swallow this into this vav, this milui, the chavaya the ma, that is in the chavaya of ma. The places that it's going to spread into, who hachan the chagat sfiras hachesed. What does hachan the chagat translates to the phrase sfiras hachesed? The partzufi nai v'chagat, the partzufi of the nai v'chagat, the hinder of the perak tachta, the perakim soy the chesed. This of the ma, and the shema chasadim v'mispashtim b'kav yamim hachan. Those are the chasadim that go down the right line, which is the right line of the right line. The acharayim dezun. V'achashim mispashtim olavushim shehem acharayim de Ekya, which are the acharayim of Ekya. B'toch zer anpin, and now the acharayim of Ekya, which is the lavush of the chavaya, which is in the form of a revuah, because it's coming out of ima, and be going into zer anpin, and that's where you see a revuah. Heim naasim sham the shemos Ekya peshutim. So there you see that there are the Ekya peshutim, which is the concept of panim. The acharayim is the revuah, and the panim is just an ekya, in this case, straight ekya. So let's say how this goes. So let's see, is it possible to get all of these things together? So he has 1, 2, 3, 4. So we said yesterday that the chavaya is pashut, and then it's somehow wrapped in this ekya, which is swallowed in. The whole thing is swallowed into that is the ekya, the revuah. The ekya is swallowed into ma. Once it's inside of ma, it reverses itself. It's no longer a revuah, and it becomes a pashut. So we'll see how this goes, and he can explain it. So he says, Shuhu HaChesed O HaGevura Atzman Nimshachin. That's number 1 here. That's the Chesed of Gevura, because we're going to see in the Gevura, so it looks the same. And then also the Acharayim de Ekya here, we see that as well. This is Aleph, Aleph K, Yud K. That's a Revua. Shuhu HaChesed O Gevura Atzman Hanimshachim, which are now pouring down, v'chein acharayim de Ekya, and also the acharayim de Ekya, which he shows us again is Aleph, Aleph K, Yud K, and that's number 2. Shehem levushi hachug, which is a levush, but the chesed, or the gevura that we're dealing with, o shehem hachug atzbana. There are apparently those who say that it's the hug itself, the ima. Ayin le'el, that's on the Shef of the Oz Daled. I don't remember it. Let me see. I'm going to mess this up too badly about the way I'm lining it up, and I apologize. So the concentration is to try to match them up together. So immediately Vav, in the middle of the letter Vav. So you said Yud Vav Dalet, K Aleph, then you start at Vav, but you only go with the letter Vav, and you're going to stick in there with the Aleph would come in. You're going to make an Eki and Revuah. The Chavaya, the Ma'kach, it looks like this, Yud, K, Vav, and then it goes into that Revuah that we were talking about. And then it says a Shilov, then it says, this is, let me see it again. Let me see if I can understand it. It says Yud, and then K, Yud, K, Vav, and then comes the Vav, which is Aleph, Aleph, K, Yud, Aleph, K, Yud, K. But meantime, it's also being Meshulav with the Yud, K. Where are we now? Where's your Vav? Va, and then comes the Revuah, and then it comes, what is this? Aleph, K, Yud, K, and it ends up with Hey, Vav, Hey, Aleph. Looking it over here, it is Yud, K, then in the Vav you have the Aleph K, the Aleph K, Yud, the Aleph K, Yud, K. You had the Yud, Vav, Yud, K, rather, and then the Vav with the Sholav in it, but at the same time, you have the name Havaya mixed into it, Yud, K, Vav, K. That's the whole Havlah. Then, in the bottom one, so let's go to number 4, or this actually was number 3. His Lavasham Sham, that the Akia, the Revuah form, is now lodged within it. Upon him, they switch. The Mochim no longer remain in that way. So therefore now the idea should be that you're making a combination of the names Havaya ve'Eki is also in the Beshudim Shem Eshahu Bechinas Panim, which is all Panimdik. And so once again, looking over here, we have the Panimdik idea. He says the Yud K, and then it goes to the Vav, and you're going to have Havlah in the Vav. Well, what's the Havlah? The Vav is going to be the Aleph K, Yud K, Meshulav with the Yud K, Vav K, and finishing out. So where was I there? Yud K. So he said number Kuf Aleph. He says the Hamshik HaChesed HaSheni. This is to keep pour down the second Chesed, the Levusho, and also the garment in which it's found. The Levusho may Bagha the Chagat from the left line of the right line. Sfiras Gavura, that's another word of saying, the way of saying the Sfiras Gavura. And I was thinking, well, why did he need to change these names? Why did he just take it, leave it? Why did he have to say the Hagat, the Nai, the Hagat, or the Sfiras Gavura to be Baga the Hagat, say, for example? Why did he have to say it like that? Sfiras Gavura, to say the Gavura. And he says also for the Nai of the Hagat, which is the lower two sections of Hagat, Perik Tachton ve'emsoy, the Gevura of Gevura, not Chagat. He says of Gevura, of the Gevura that we're dealing with. The Ben Dema, which is the left side of the right side, Harasadim and his pashta becomes small. The Acharayim, the Yesod, the Ima, which is on the back side of the Yesod of Ima, v'yakavan lahavliya b'vav dema, and you have the kavanah to be able to swallow it up in that vav dema, as we said before. His pashtusi, b'baga the Haggad is on the left line of the right, left side of the right line, behind the Sfiras of Gevura. That is the Gevura of the right line. Well, the partsufi nai v'chagad are the two lower partsufim, perik emsoy, perik tachton, the gevura. And he finishes, he said, the ben dema, which is the left side of the right side, the acharayim, the zun that's going on to the acharayim of zun. Let's look a little bit here at the Shefa Gavanos. Shefa Gavanos says the test zayin, the Yesod Ima, it's coming out of the Yesod of Ima. Hamshachal who rocked me Yesod, the Ima is only coming from the Yesod of Ima. below the Abba and not from the Yesod of Abba? It's really a question. And Mikol Makom Hamshachach Hu Shalachug the Abba and Ima. So in other words, the and. So he said, the Abba v'Ima. So he says, how do you answer this? Because it's only talking about Ima. He says, Shachachug the Abba v'Ima. Kavar Nimshko ad the Yisod the Ima. So we're not talking about the generation of them going into the Yisod. We're talking about something that came before that. Kavar Nimshko, they're already in the Yesod of Ima. Now we want to see what's coming out of the Yesod of Ima. Remember that Abba resides inside of Ima. So he said, Kavar Nimshko ad Yesod the Ima. From there, we're all going to extend them down into the Yesod itself. So he says that basically that's what it's telling you. He's talking about the Hamshacha, not the origin of there's only one light there. It's the light of Abba and Ima. And we're going to have them swallowed up in the Vav of Ma. The Mefarshim Amdo, the Mefarshim are standing on this, and they're saying, Bezeh, Madu lo Sider Kam Rashas Shemus Akalim. So normally here what we have here is a flow of light. This is a flow of light that's coming from the basic chesed argavor that we're talking about, being surrounded by this this revuah of Ekya, being swallowed up into the Havaya of Ma, and then straightening itself out. That's the process that we're talking about. But where is all of this going? So he says. So why they don't have their Shemus HaKelim, Kedarka B'Kol Makom, every place that he says, look at this, you see in the Pesach Hanayim, maybe the raw Amnam Be'ezes Sidurim that he did see, in some Sidurim, Kan Shemus HaKelim, that they in fact do show the names of the Kelim. So they said this is only because they have the Hakavanim to stand them down, l'soch shemus Havaya Dama, into the shemus of the Havaya Dama. V'hem romazim l'gufa deza, and there's a reference here from the gufa dezer anfen l'kach, and for this reason ein tzorach l'kavin kan. You don't have, there is no need to have a kavana here. Afas shemus hakelim, because the guf is a kli by itself. Now here's a piece that I didn't really understand very well, and I'm going to look at it. Over here on number Yud Ches, it shows you the shila of how it goes. It's first Yod K, and then you start the Vav, and you're going to have all Vla in the middle of the Vav. And the first letter is going to be Aleph. That's the first letter of the Vav Aleph, and then it's going to go into Ravua. It's going to go Aleph K, Yud, Aleph K, Yud K, that kind of thing, mixed up with a Havaya Yud K, Vav K. That's the way that it looks. Now he writes like this. He says, and I'm not sure that I really followed this, so let's see if I can pin it down. Yud K, Yesh la'ayin ba'oven shilav osius ha'havaya im ha'chorayim de'akid. So how is it, in fact, that these letters are combined? So he says that the letters of the Vaya is Yud K, and then that Vav you put in the Aleph, Aleph K, Yud K, like that. You stick it in there, and so the Aleph has it followed by the first Yud. So he says like this, or I don't know if it's the first Yud, yeah, whatever. The Masudar Khan, he said, the Chorah Yitzark L'Sadach Shula Ba'ofen Acher, really the Shula should be different. So let me see what he has here. He says the Os Yud of Havaya. Here's the Os Yud of Havaya. Here it's after the Aleph. Aleph K, Yud, like that. It's after the Aleph. So what's he telling me? You should really have this combination a different way. What is that? So he said, that we look at the Os Yud of the Havaya, Tavu Akra Aleph, that it should come after the Aleph. Well, it does in our thing. It goes Aleph, and then it comes the Yud. Harishona v'lo achra hashniya, but not after the second aleph. So here it goes like this: Yud, K, and Vav. Here's the first aleph. He says it should come right in here instead of next door in the second aleph when it starts the Ravua. So he said, Vashniya, the Osius Aleph K, the letters of Aleph and K, where is that? Aleph K? I don't know. Aleph K, in between the Aleph and the K there, you have a Yud sticking in there. That's the second Aleph. For Osius, so he says, wait a minute. He says, V'hu she'os Yud d'chavaya Tavo, it should, after the first Achra Aleph Rishona v'lo Achra Shniya. That's where our question is right now. V'yosius Aleph K, Tzrichus Levo B'yachad, they should come together. V'achrechem Chei Nenai. So after that should have the Hey Nenai. He says you have to change this around. It's not the way it should be. V'chagat. And I don't know why. So he says, but Perak Tachton, no, I'm in the wrong place. After the Aleph of the K. So he says, the Chavaya, Dekad who Derek HaShulav become Malcolm, because this is the way that the Shulav comes in every place. Shemishalavim os achad b'shem zeh. So what you do is you take one letter and you have an aleph to begin with, and they should have the next the Shulav come the next letter. V'os ata v'os achad b'shem zeh. V'kan shuhu acharayim. So here we're dealing with Rabinowitz Sarak the Shalav called Oz Mechababayim Chedek Echad Acharayim. So it has to be that letter from one name is going to match up with the other names. Ve'eloch ba'ovan ha'mesudar kama, the way he has it here, Achara Aleph, after the first Aleph Rishona, Acharayim the Ekya, Ein Shum Oz the Havaya. It just goes Aleph. There's no Havaya in there. Then it goes Aleph K, and then you're going to see there's a Yud there. So V'achar ha'osius Aleph K. So after the letters Aleph K, the Acharayim Yeshnon She Osius Yud K the Havaya. There you see there are two. There's a Yud K. Of the Havaya comes after that. Hello Davarhu the Yeshakasvu Sha'amnam who toes Sofer, so that those say which is the Tau Sofer, I don't know, the second way, the first way, V'sidr ha'yud la'achra aleph, and then you put a Rishona to make it like that. So he says that there, let me just read this one more time. V'yeshakasvu Sha'amnam who toes Sofer. What's the Tau Sofer? V'achra Osius, let's go back a little bit. V'achra Osius Aleph K, so it goes Aleph K, the Acharayim, Yeshnam Shnei Osius Yud K. So then you would put two letters Yud K in there. Okay, the Chavaya. So he says Halo Davarhu, so but it's known like this. I think he means She'amnam who told Sofer that this is not the way that it's supposed to be. V'sidra ha'yud la'achar Aleph Rishona, and that is to. The organization should be that they, I think that's what it means. V'sidra ha'yud la'achar Aleph. So we put Rishona. That's the way that it's supposed to be. I don't know if that's the way that it's supposed to be, or which one is the Sofer. I'm not sure. So now this is where we're going to finish up. Now he says Mutzina Shabir Bezeh. So he explained it like this. Let me explain it to you. He says the Osius Avaya Romaza the Chamisha Partzufin. So the Yud of Avaya is Chochma. His Bina, the Vav is Zeranpin. They Achrona is Malchus. V'hakesim b'rumas b'kav shel Yud, b'kutzu shel Yud. Well, how do you know about Kasser? How do you get Kasser in there? V'acharayim the Ekya open ha'choluka the Sfiras kupa open zeh. Now looking at the Acharayim will be like this. The first letter is Aleph. It refers to Kasser, so you have a complete Kasser here. The Aleph K is Chachma and Bina together. Aleph K Yud is Chagat, refers to Zeranpin. The Akya finally is Hagat, Ekya and Nehim, Ekya is going to refer to the lower level, which is Nehim. That's a Hod Yisod and Malchus. So he says that Bonu L'Shalav Sham. So as we Bavanu L'Shalav Shem Havaya Im Acharayim the Ekya, we try to put them together. Yesh L'Shalav Kol Oz Ba'oz. So you really put the Keser with the Keser and the Chachma with the Chachma like that. So Yesh L'Shalav Kol Oz Ba'oz Shegnedeglo Shefich HaSefira. Below Achar Os Aleph, not just after Aleph the Ekya, Aromas, the Keser, which shows the Keser, there's nothing there. After the Shalav Es Os Yud, you can't put the Yud there, the Havaya, why not? Havaya, Mekaven She Hayud really does not represent Keser. It Romes the Chachma Rakutsu the Yud, only a part of it, depending on the Keser. So he said, because Yakaven as Kutz Hayud, so we have the idea that we're to do the Kutz Hayud, b'machshava, just think of it. That's what he said. Rak ba'osius al both acharayim, only the letters that come of the acharayim, shehem aleph and k, like aleph k yud, like that. Shehem b'buchidis chachma bina, that's the part that's chachma bina. Behem mishulavim, and those you could put together the osios yud and k, the chavay shegeneged the chachma bina. Oh, that's where the shir stopped today. This is Baruch Fleischman, watching the flow of the light. Then it's Spheres of Omer.